What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? We coming to you live and remote right now. I am in Sacramento. Can y'all hear me out there? Let me go to the comments real quick. And what's up, Faith? Thank you for checking in. I'm glad you got the notification then, right? Oh, I forgot. The camera's over here. I'm working my lap. So this is what I started doing. I don't know if you guys noticed. So I started going live on my phone, and then I have my computer where I can do everything because it's hard to talk to y'all and do everything at one time. It's tough doing this. Anybody who used StreamYard knows that it's not easy doing this solo. So I'm happy you here. Um, Today, well, I'm glad I didn't do this show last night because I was a little upset. And basically, it's like I should have stayed away from Facebook because Facebook is the devil. And people just like to fight and argue with you, and it's like they only come to your page when it's something negative. They never there when it's something good. Yeah, I'm happy that you got the notification finally. um but they come on your page when it's something that they deem negative, because I never post anything negative, but they have something to say. And so I was mad because, in particular, I feel that, you can be free spirited, think the way you think. I don't believe that all of us should think the same way, but leave the black shit alone. If you're not coming with any proper facts or you just spewing stuff out your mouth, leave the black stuff alone. And that's kind of how I was feeling. And I don't know if you guys seen that meme before I even get to that. I just want to say thank y'all for always tuning in, showing me so much love. Even if you don't catch the live show, y'all still comment on the videos after they post. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. So I do appreciate that. Yes, they do take things too seriously. They definitely do. And then Facebook is so dead. Yeah. I know. I kind of have it because you know how you have it for your family members and stuff like that, so you can communicate with them. That's why I still have it technically. Um, and then I feel like Facebook is kind of just one of those old faithfuls that you go back to. It's like the cheating spouse that you have, the cheating boyfriend or girlfriend that you keep going back to, and they ain't shit. That's kind of the way Facebook is. Anyway, so I just really felt that last week I was seeing this news story float around. I don't know if you guys heard about the news story about Canon Hinnant. I believe that's how you say the last name. It's Hinnat, Hinnant. And it was this 5-year-old kid that was killed and was shot for no apparent reason. I guess the murderer, the killer that killed him, said that he was on his lawn or some BS excuse that didn't make any sense at all. But anyway, they caught the guy that shot the little boy and killed him. Thank God. And he's going to serve his time. But I seen basically they were comparing that death into Black Lives Matter. And how come they're not speaking about this? How come the media isn't talking about this? Which the media did post it. I seen CNN posted about it as well too. They were talking about the little boy, how nobody, it wasn't a big spectacle. And the reason why it wasn't a big spectacle, not saying that his life did not matter or anything like that, because his family is going to get justice. Now, a morality issue, that their son is never going to come back, that's a totally different conversation. And we can have that in many cases. But that had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. And it's so sad that people used his death as an attack on Black Lives Matter, which is totally separate from that whole scenario. And even his family, his mom, I'd seen an interview with his mom. His mom was all like, this is nothing about any racial injustice or anything like that. But for her to even have to, claim that or even say that, that's sad, because Right now, she's mourning. She shouldn't have to worry about talking to the media or doing any kind of press or anything like that, you know? So I do want to send, my condolences to the family of Cannon, because definitely that's a sad situation. Yes, this world is way too evil. Yes. Um, ugh, that gets to me too. Yeah, and there's so many stories about children, and you're what would make you hurt a child? I don't get that. I would have to dive into the mind of like a serial killer or something like that. But what would make you hurt a child? Like what? And I don't want to even say like, oh, well, just attack an adult because that's bringing the conversation to something I don't even want to get into. But what would make you attack a child? A child, you know, a 5-year old. You shoot a 5-year old. Like if anything, you there's no reason at all. Let me stop trying to find a reason for it. There was no fucking reason. That guy is a murderer, a killer, and he's gonna get what he's gonna get. Simple as that. I mean, as far as anything else, yeah, there's not really any conversation on what he did. Like it's horrible, you know. My only argument was that it had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter and trying to tie that all in, and the media is so this and that. It's all like you guys know that the media isn't so friendly to Black people either. I mean, let's be honest. Every time that there's like a Black person that did something wrong, the mugshot goes up immediately. You see that mugshot. When it's a white person, you barely will see the mugshot unless it's something severe. But you'll always see that mugshot every time they have an interview about something. And even though it was funny, dang, what's the lady that did the cold pop? I was going to the store to get me a cold pop, and then it's a good Lord, it's a fire and all that. And then what's his name? Antoine Dotson. Dotson. They hiding in your windows, snatching your people up. When his sister they get like the bottom, and I hate saying this, but they get the most ignorant. They get the most ignorant people to interview for a news story. So, the media isn't too kind to Black people either. So I don't know what this thing is like the liberal media and like how people try to say that the media is using us. And no, we know what's going on. Like trust me, we're very aware of what's going on. Exactly. Thank you, Faye. What's up, Rachel? Yeah, like we know that the media is like against us. We never went like, oh, the media is for us, they love us. No, we're a number. We're a number. And right now they need the numbers to get votes, to get Joe Biden in the White House. So we all know, that's the real reason why there's so big of a focus. But like I stated before, we know all about the media. The media is not kind to anybody they can make money off of, the media is going to make money off of you. That's it. At the bottom line, it's all about the mighty dollar. And so I want to go back. I got into an argument with this person, and they're basically saying like, I believe that all Black lives matter. Why is it that we only talk about when it's like a cop? And which I feel like we have this argument all the time. And I'll use the analogy that I always use. When Dante shoots Jerome, Dante will go to jail. I guarantee you, Dante, his ass is going to be in jail. I don't think he's going to get off clean. He's not going to get paid vacation. He's not going to go ahead and find another job or move to a different department. He's not going to get desk duty. I can go on and on and on and on about that. And also, let's put it this way. There's not only Black on Black crime. You kill who's in the vicinity of or the area. Whoever's in your area. That's who you're going to kill. So people, white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime. That's all. It's not really a situation because that's what happens. Now, if we want to talk about why black people kill black people, let's talk about redlining. Let's talk about a lot of things where people are forced to live in certain areas. If you really want to dive into that, but people don't want to have that conversation. Let me take a drink real quick. Damn it. But anyway, I and this person just kept wanting to go around and around in circles. They also mentioned to me, they were like, yeah, this is what Terry Crews was trying to say. And it's all like, and I hate when people will do this thing where, what's up, Coco? Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate that. I hate when people will do the thing where they want to use another black person with the opposite opinion of you and then use it against you. And it's all like, that's a whole different scenario. Don't use the one that's favorable to you and then try to use it against me. I wouldn't. Oh, hold on. Let me put this comment up. I would not be surprised if Amber Geiger, gets her conviction overturned. I know they're trying to appeal it. They're trying to give her less time. I did read that, which I'm all like, how are you going to give her less time? That needs to be a show on its own, how that all went down, because that still doesn't make any sense to me. You just walk into an apartment and you think it's yours. Doesn't make any sense at all. Um, anyway, going back, and I felt like this person, was trying to give me the "we are the world, we're all one race," and I totally get that. Let's be technical about it. We all came from Africa. Africa is what is the motherland. Africa is where life began. That's no dispute. That's scientific. You can look it up. If you don't want to look it up, that's fine, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, you know, um, we what was I even trying to say? Oh damn it, I done lost my train of thought. I was saying something philosophical, and now I'm gonna go on to the next thing. It might come back to me. What I want to go, and this is not really about politics. This is more just on a morality, but we are going to talk about Kamala Harris, who is the VP of Joe Biden, or soon to be VP. I want to talk about this Joe and the Ho. And this said person that I was talking about actually had people posting this and they thought it was funny. Here's my thing. Jokes are funny. I totally get them. But at the end of the day, I don't like that you call her a hoe. Like, what gives you the inclination that she's a hoe, saying she slept her way up to the top? This is what's being passed around. This is what that Rush Limbaugh, that motherfucker that got cancer, hopefully he croaks soon. Allegedly, let me clear that up. but he's passing around this conspiracy theory that she slept around. No matter what your political party is, why is this a thing? That's what I don't get. Who said that that was okay? You called her a hoe. And there's another thing, because a lot of people always want to mention, oh, Michelle Obama should run for president. Michelle Obama probably doesn't want to run for president because remember, y'all called her a monkey, a man, a transvestite. Y'all called her everything in the book, everything derogatory, everything that she did was just so negative. Why the hell would she ever want to run for being president? Why? Which takes me back to Kamala Harris. Like, you can have, yes, exactly. You can have, disagree with her politics or whatever. That's fine. But when you disrespect Kamala for no reason, as far as calling her a hoe, like there was one logo that showed her like with her mouth wrapped around like the J, like she was giving him a blow. It was dumb. I was gonna put that one up, but then I was all like, YouTube is gonna shut my shit down, so I might as well not even get into that. But it was ridiculous, and it's all like when it, there's politics and then there's just being disrespectful, which I don't like. And people will say, "Oh, well, people talk about Trump all the time." He brings that upon himself. Don't even compare the two. Michelle Obama says she's really not into politics. She only stands behind her husband because it's what he wants. Exactly. And I feel like, with Michelle Obama, she can be influential behind the scenes. Like, she even has like a whole voting campaign and stuff like that. She doesn't really need to run for president or anything like that. And yeah, I believe that's not her thing. Shit. Definitely be called, out your name is not your thing. But I think, she doesn't have that bug of like, oh, I want to run. But, that would be dope and stuff like that. But yeah. But anyway, and then black people, you black mother lovers. I want to talk about y'all for a minute because I've been seeing y'all pass around this one. And like I said, I don't want to get too political. It's more of a morality thing. Okay, so it says black people are so pro-black that they're willing to vote a woman in office who claims to be black, doesn't have black children or a black husband, and fights to fund the slaughter of black babies all the way up until these people up until birth. These people don't want change; they want to point fingers. That was very deep, and I didn't understand. Let me dissect that. Let me dissect that for a minute. Hold on. Let me put it back up there. Exactly. Leave them alone. They served their time. I don't want to say served their time like they went to prison, but shit. Okay, so black people are so pro-black that they're willing to vote for a woman in office who claims to be black. Let's dissect that for a minute. I want to do the whole claim to be black because I feel like with black people, they always want to define how black you are. And me, I grew up privileged and stuff like that. I live in suburbia, and there's so many times where I didn't feel adequate or I didn't feel black enough in certain spaces. Let me tell you the truth right now. I love my people, by the way. I want to say that disclaimer. But sometimes when I'm in black spaces, like yesterday, shout out to Coco, I was on Coco's show. But whether it's online or in person, sometimes when I'm in black spaces, I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to let y'all digest that for a minute. When I'm in all black spaces, sometimes I don't feel comfortable because I feel like they're judging me and they don't think I'm black enough. Yes, that was about Kamala. Yes, the mixed delegation. What's up, Katrina? The Blasian. Yes, but yeah, sometimes I don't feel comfortable because I feel like, I don't sound black enough or I don't fit a certain mold that I'm not a part of the black community. So sometimes in black spaces I don't feel comfortable. And it's always like with black people, you always got to prove how black you are. Nobody else. Hi Jasmine, how are you doing? You never I fully under okay, thank you, Faye. I appreciate that. I really do. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable in certain spaces. I feel that I'm not adequate enough or somebody's going to judge me. And then in the white spaces, sometimes I don't feel comfortable with them because I feel like they can't relate to me. So it's a catch 22. Um and I just feel like, and going back to the proving that you're black and all that stuff. First of all, if you what is it, the 1/8 rule or whatever, or the one drop of blood, you black. Like, let's stop saying that somebody is not black. Now, if somebody is doing something detrimental, as far as like a Candace Owens who specifically targets certain black people, well, not certain, all black people who don't think like her and has an agenda because she's getting a paycheck because she always wasn't a Republican. Let's talk about that a little later down the line. But I can see if somebody is purposely doing something detrimental or they say, "Hey, I am not black." Then yeah, of course go in. But if somebody actually claims to be black and just because they might not be full black because they're half Indian or something like that, that's beyond her. To me, she looks like a black woman. She a light-skinned black woman. Let's put that to rest. You know what I mean? Oh, Faye, you said something good. Okay, my parents are Nigerian, but I was born and bred in London, UK. Several times I have been made to feel that I am not Nigerian enough because I am westernized. Ooh, ooh, now that's deep. It's kind of weird, and let's take this a little further. Like, I know in America, I can speak for America, because the slave trade and stuff like that. I kind of explained it in my video, which I can go check out, when I did my ancestry DNA. When people ask, "Oh, what are you?" It's all like, "Well, I'm black." And the reason why personally I identify as black is because I don't know where I come from. I can say Africa, but Africa is a continent. I don't know specifically because of the slave trade where I come from. So, there's like a difference culturally between black American, African Americans, and then there's a difference between like actual Africans. And then the same way as, for example, you, Faye, you were British, like London, British is your culture, and then but Nigerian is what you it's all confusing at the end of the day when it comes to race. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me post the next thing. What was the next thing that it said in there? Okay. They're willing to vote a woman in office who claims to be black, doesn't have black children or a black husband. Okay, let's talk about that part. Because it's one thing I feel that if you don't identify with your culture or something like that, or you want a certain status and go like, "Oh, I'm gonna marry a white person because I want that social status. I want to feel like I'm dating above." That's one thing. But Kamala has never said that. Now she doesn't have any children of her own, but she has stepchildren, which I guess that's what they were talking about, the black part. But because her stepchildren are white, like she's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then on top of that, well, I get that to lastly. Um, fights to fund slaughter of black babies all the way up until birth. Okay, that's the last part that I'm gonna address right there. Let's talk about that part. Now, a lot of people are either for abortion or you're not. That's not really what this is about. But I wish that some people wouldn't use this whole slaughter black babies because that's a lot of conservative talk, I'll say. That they like to say, like, okay, well, if Black Lives Matter, why do you guys like Planned Parenthood? Which Planned Parenthood does a lot. Nobody talks about how they actually do provide medical to people. But just with that whole meme or that post that was floating around, how do we know that was somebody black that passed it around? A lot of people don't even realize with the whole election in 2016 with Hillary and Trump that Russia played a big part. Like they ran one of the largest Facebook pages for one of like the Black Lives Matter Facebook pages. It was them the whole time. No, they weren't saying that Trump was the best candidate for black people. They were telling them, don't vote. Don't vote, which is smarter because most black people will not vote more than vote for Trump. So it actually was a genius idea. Let me go back to some of y'all comments because my mouth getting dry. Let's say that. Does your husband and your children make you black now? Yeah, that's basically what they saying. Like you gotta be all black everything. Black, black, black. Okay. Why, when Obama is half white, he can be the first black president and Kamala is not? You tell me. That's what I'm trying to figure out. These people ain't making no sense. It was floating around on Facebook. I'll send it to you personally. I promise. I did not make that up. I'll send it around to you. Yes, I bet you Candace Owens made that shit. You know, was the Obama was the first ethnic president. They called him black because of his heritage. Yes, which the birther thing, saying that she's not from America, like she was born somewhere else because her dad was Jamaican and her mom was Indian. That's dumb. If you were born in the United States, you're a naturalized citizen. You know what I mean? That shit is stupid. Oh, okay. Just make it correcting the mistake. Yeah, but I just feel that, when we put expectations on people because they're one way, and like I said, I'm not getting into the politics. I'm just talking about just people in their ignorance, whatever her record is, if you don't like it, totally go in on that. Attack, attack, attack. That's a part of the game. But we're not gonna say like this person is black and this person is not black. At least not with me. You're not gonna do that. Exactly. Hey, hey, she might do her ancestry test and find out she more black than him. So I mean, that's the crazy part. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you really judge? Nobody's trying to pull a Rachel Dolezal. That's what her name was, right? The lady that worked for the NAACP, but she was really what you call it? She was really white, but she claimed that she was black. And then y'all remember that whole scandal with the Rachel Dolezal? Now, to me, that was funny. I was not offended. I actually thought that was funny. Now, diving further into it, of course, it was a little ridiculous. But what I want to do for y'all is play y'all a little throwback video, and then I'll be right back.
Who's next? Who's next?
Y'all know I like to put a few videos in there, kind of break the ice a little bit. All right. Yes, Katrina, definitely do it. And it'll connect you to your cousins and stuff like that, like I said, I don't know my grandfather on my maternal side, so it's kind of interesting. Now they make you pay for it for the extra stuff, and I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to. But I want to see, as far as like maybe connecting with that side that I don't know. So I would definitely suggest it in that way. Oh, that's the link, y'all. You like that? But yeah, I just think like putting so much on it and just people trying to define who you are, and especially with the meme trying to define somebody. It's all like, where'd you even get that from? And people are just posting anything. Like I seen and I want to get into this too. I'm gonna say predator instead of the other word because I heard YouTube will take down your word if you use the pedo word, if you know what I mean. But the perverts out there, they're posting like, "Oh, Bill Clinton was on Jeffrey Epstein's island," blah blah blah. Which, if whatever Bill Clinton did, if he goes down, take him. I don't care. Take him. Take him. If he's a pervert, take him down. I don't care. Allegedly, let me say that to be safe. But if he's a pervert, go ahead and take him down. I don't care. but don't try to say that only Bill Clinton is a pervert when you got pictures of Jeffrey Epstein and Trump together. So Trump is innocent? Hold on, let me add somebody in here. Oh, there we go. What's up, Coco?
What's going on, AT2? Hell no, Trump ain't innocent.
Right. That's the crazy part to me. And so when you click on like those memes that talk about Bill Clinton and the Clintons and stuff and how they had Jeffrey Epstein killed and all that stuff, you'll see it say like conservative or Republican, Jesus for conservatives. It'll say it's something linked to that, so it's all political. Like it's all like you don't actually care about these kids that are gonna be affected for life because they were sex trafficked. You just care about some kind of political shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm so sick of seeing these commercials.
Right. I'm sick of it.
Sick. I'm done. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's just like when George Floyd was murdered and they had this whole knee on the neck challenge. I don't get it.
Whew. And what makes you like be so sick in the head where you're all like, I'm gonna make fun of somebody's death, you know?
Right.
Granted, granted, I want to say, you know, even though Trump's younger brother died, I did laugh at some of the jokes, but I would never post anything celebrating somebody's death. You know what I mean?
Ever.
Never, never.
That is so inhumane.
Right. And Katrina, what the links do is so you can join in on the show. That's what the links are for. But yeah, so what you think about the whole Kamala Harris not being black enough thing? Like what was your thought on that? Because I seen you in the comments.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, like if she would have to went into let's just say this for instance, if she would have went into a store and stole something, she would have been described as a what? Black female.
I mean,
so I don't understand where all of this she isn't black enough is coming from. I'm just gonna say it. I know this isn't the topic, but please go vote, people. Vote blue, people, please.
and you know, and like I said, I wasn't gonna try to keep this political, but now that you opened it, my thing is that you know, with everything that Trump has done, I've never heard any Republican or Trump supporter ever say like, "Oh my God, like that's horrible. I can never vote for him." They go out there and vote. They don't care about a perfect candidate. As long as they get what they want, that's all they care about. And that's
Exactly.
how we need to be. We
And
need to push our agenda and get what we want. There's no perfect, excuse me, no perfect candidate, you know?
right. There's no perfect candidate at all. I'm choosing the lesser of the two evils myself.
Right.
But
And you know what? I don't even like saying that because they never say Trump is the lesser of two evils. They love that motherfucker. They never say lesser of two. They love him. They want to go to bed with him. I want to say so much stuff, but I'm trying not to get taken down.
you can just hold your tongue. Hold your thick tongue.
You know, these YouTube streets, they be getting you, depending on what you be talking about. You know, she looks like a light skinned black woman. Yeah, that's what I think.
Right.
You know, she would never guess that she was half Indian. Exactly.
Right.
It's not like she out here lying. You know. Exactly. Yeah. And she is from Oakland, California, which I was born in Oakland, California. You know, she's not lying about that. And you know, let me tell you one thing about Kamala, because I remember in 2016 is when she got 2016 is when she got voted into Senate because she was a DA previously Senate. I didn't really know who to vote for. I just seen a name like Kamala, and then it said Harris. And I was like, I think this is like a black person. Is this like a black lady? I didn't know who she was at the time. So when I looked at the name Kamala, I was like, oh, she must be African. Let me vote for her because this is like maybe this candidate, and it had the D for Democrat next to it. I was like, you know what? I think this is like a black woman. Let me vote for her. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, her when I seen her name, I automatically assumed she was a black woman. I didn't go like, well, maybe she's like half Indian or maybe her parents are Jamaican. I didn't think none of that.
Right.
When I looked at the name, I seen black.
Ugh, it's
I
ridiculous.
yeah, I just never understand that, and like I was talking about with my own personal experience, growing up in a white area, that I never felt like I was black enough and I always had to try to prove myself and stuff like that. And let me just clarify, like, kids are kids, and I understand when you become an adult, it's a lot different. I love black people now.
Hey, I'm not gonna say that. Sometimes I still can't stand it.
Right. Sometimes y'all still get on my nerves,
Yes,
but I love you anyway.
but I love you anyway.
Right. Well, since we kind of like on the topic, is there anything that you wanted to get off your chest? Since all issues matter.
All issues matter. I just saw a story on Facebook about transgender woman, three transgender women being assaulted, humiliated
Yes.
in California. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I'm still doing my back work on it.
Yeah, because I want to dive into that, but I want like to see. And well, let me just say this because I don't want me being a straight man. I don't want to say too much and think and try to offend people. But what I wanted to say was that either way, no matter what the backstory is, that whole situation was wrong.
It
Seeing
was.
that girl on the ground getting hit in the back of her head, like that just really like shook me up. So
That was the
because
lowest.
a lot of people think, when these attacks go on, it's something related to sex work, and we don't know that to be true.
To be true, right? You are absolutely
Right.
right. And even if it was pertaining to sex work, why should that give you the right?
Right, exactly. What gives you the right? What was your reaction when you first seen the video? Oh, Katrina said I'm too racially ambiguous to make that.
Well, hey, not I said the cat, but yeah, when I saw it, it was a horrendous act that I saw was being done to three young women, bystanders. The young lady that actually got hit with the moped, she was black. So
Mm.
I'm a little bit torn because the other two young ladies, if I'm not mistaken, they are Hispanic or Mexican. Um,
Yeah, I don't think they were not black at least. You want to kind of give like the little bit of the backstory, Coco, a little bit. Well, we don't really know the backstory of, but basically a little synopsis of what happened.
okay, so from the video that I saw, three transgendered females were walking, I guess, down the street in California, just chilling one night, and then, if I'm not mistaken, from one of the videos, one of the young ladies, I guess, was I don't want to say it. So
She
we say she was clocky. So the gay community would say clocky. Clocky is not
Oh, I
half.
get I get what you're saying.
Okay,
Um
so a bystander who was a cis female yelled out to a group of guys that, hey, these aren't females, these are guys. Those are really guys.
got it. Okay, okay, that's what happened. Okay.
So it went from there. Um, They took the young lady's purse, her bag. She chased them. She was trying to chase them down. She fell. It was a lot. You actually have to go look up the story.
Yeah,
I
Katrina,
couldn't
I'll
watch it.
I'll tag you in a post or I'll send it to you so you can look at it. But it's very sad.
It is. And for me, I feel like everyone, everyone who was there should be fined some type of way.
Right.
They
Because they
watched
watched it happen.
they watched it happen.
And
They watched it.
especially when
They
the
filmed
black
it.
girl was laying on the ground and then they were like, call 911, is she dead? And it's kind of like
And they were
nobody had any
laughing.
kind of,
Yeah, they were like, I don't see no blood. Da-da. I'm like, hold on now, y'all. This is too much.
and I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm laughing because that shit is ridiculous what they
Yes,
say.
they were getting enjoyment out of it. It was like a show for them.
Yeah, and I almost feel like that group of dudes. I feel like this is kind of like their shtick that they do. Like they record themselves, doing stupid antics like this. That's where that's what I kind of felt what was going on because it just seemed like the people didn't. Because I don't want to say because the women were trans that they didn't care, but I believe that's a part of it. But I feel
Absolutely,
like
that's
this
a
is a
big
thing
part
like
of it.
those guys do. Or did it seem like a one off to you? Like, did it seem like they just happened to want to like fuck with them?
It was more that they wanted to torture them because that's what it looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me back to high school, being bullied because I used to be bullied in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
And
what it looked like.
yeah, because we didn't see in the video like the women messing with them or anything like that or say anything to them. Like it starts off with, the dudes harassing them. Like that's the way it starts off.
Right. I have heard a couple of different stories. That's why I said I have to actually do my own research before I can really speak on this topic. But it was a horrendous thing that happened. It was.
Right. Oh, Katrina put it perfectly. I like the way she put it. The term clocky meant basically the guys could assume from a distance that they were trans, and so they targeted these women to attack. Yes,
Correct.
that was the perfect way of putting it. Yeah, because I was
Yes,
all like,
Katrina.
shit, I don't know how to say it without saying it, and then Coco
Katrina
doesn't know
did
how to
the
say it. I was like, damn.
Katrina did the work. Definitely.
Great, thank you, Katrina. Yeah. Hi, Queen. Thank you
Hey,
for joining
Queenie
us.
Queen.
But yeah, it was a tough situation because it's all like you don't know the backstory, but then the backstory really matters because how did it even get to that point where somebody actually physically attacked them and then stole?
Exactly.
And then I seen the girl, the one with the blonde hair, was like giving the guy $80 to buy back her phone. I was like, what the hell is?
And didn't he end up snatching her whole purse?
Yeah,
He took everything. And then, if I'm not mistaken, they broke up one of the other young girls' phone. What's their names? Edie,
oh, I
Eden.
really don't remember their name.
Yeah, I can't remember their names right off bat right now. Um, but yeah, that was like it didn't really make too much sense to me.
Right. It really didn't make any sense. It almost like, and I hate to say this too, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be the one to say it, Coco. But I feel that I want everybody to be careful out there, especially if you don't have any protection on you. Please be careful out there, because a lot of people don't know Hollywood is a different ball game. Because Hollywood. Listen here, they got homeless people sleeping on the street, and they look like they're dead because they're just spread out on the street, and it's just crazy. Like there's a lot about Hollywood that people don't know and they think it's so glamorous and stuff like that. It's
Hmm.
not safe to be there at night.
I would
So
expect.
sometimes I feel that you shouldn't go to places where you're tolerated. Go to places where you're accepted.
Now, okay, sidebar, since you said that, um,
Oh.
from one of the articles I was reading, they said that these young women were trying their, I guess, testing their realness.
Mm.
Now, I'm not sure how true that is. Like I said, this is
Okay.
alleged. I have not done my research on that portion of it, but that's an article that I read from someone else.
Yeah. Either way, and I want to kind of circle that back to what I said. I guess it's kind of like a contradiction, but I was saying no matter what the situation was, it definitely shouldn't have went down like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And they should be able to roam wherever they want. Um, these are my opinions
Right. Yeah.
and only my opinion. But I feel like they should have been able to go wherever they wanted to go without being harassed. And it is a time for that. It's
Right.
it's time for the LGBTQIA plus community to stand up and take what we deserve. It's
Yes.
time.
And you're right, Queen. Like you should be able to go wherever you want to. I definitely do. I do believe that, and so, as well as you, Coco. Like I do believe that. But what I was stating from was that
You not
to be
go
in a
to questionable
space.
areas is pretty much
Yes,
what I'm
more
saying.
like questionable areas. I'm not saying you should hide and not be who you are. I want to clarify that right
Right.
now.
I
I'm not
understood
saying
what you were saying.
hide and not be and not do anything, hide. You should be ashamed. I'm not saying that at all. Well, I'll give you an example. So my mom lives in North Oakland, which is safer. It's not safe, but it's safer. And then I have an uncle who lives in East Oakland, and East Oakland is off the hook. I know at certain times in certain places in East Oakland, I don't need to be. So I don't go in those places. Now I might make a wrong turn, but I'm getting my ass out of there. That's more of what I meant. Do
Yeah.
you understand what I mean, Coco?
I know where I understood where you were coming from.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I had to, yeah. I just had to
Yeah,
let it be
that's why you're
known.
here to clean it up.
Right. And I'm gonna help you. I'm definitely here in your corner. So
Okay, thank you.
he was saying
Queen
questionable
said she was
area.
trying to
No, Queen. No, Queen.
Queen.
You know where I'm up here already. I'm already up here, baby. The links in the chat. If you want to come in, the links in the chat.
Yeah, I got the link. Yeah, because here's my thing about Queen. Queen always got a lot to say, and then I gotta beg her to come online.
Yes. Come on in, Queen.
Yeah, but yeah, all in all, that was a horrible situation. I feel that there should be, and I read this. I don't know if you ever heard of this statistic, right? It's 80% of people state that they rarely encounter or have never encountered a trans person. So I feel that if you don't know anything about that lifestyle or know anyone, then yeah, Katrina, join in. Or if you don't know anything, then you're liable to be ignorant. And then there's people who just want to be plain ignorant. I think those guys just want to be plain ignorant. As you said, one of the girls yelled out like, "Oh, those are men."
Hmm.
So it's like that inclination. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fuck with them because I don't like their lifestyle, or I know I can punk them because." When bullies, they pick on the lesser person that they know they can get away with.
You're right. And I just want to say to my LGBTQIA plus community, keep y'all some hand jewelry. Get you a tiny bag. Yes.
Right.
Stay
I,
strapped. Stay strapped up. Especially my working girls out there.
yeah. And I feel like it's important too to have something just on you. Any woman out there, you should have something. Oh, is Katrina joining us for the first time? Welcome. Formerly known as Katrina C. Now she's Katrina. That's it.
That's it. Oh, hey.
Thank you for
Hey,
joining the show, Katrina.
Hey,
nobody said my
Katrina.
name like in like months. It seems like I've
Right.
been missing.
Katrina, Coco, Katrina.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I look a mess. That's why I'm not showing myself. So yeah.
Like I'm in bed, like about to go to bed, but I was like, let me hop on this real quick.
Right. They said they didn't want to mind their own business. Yep, exactly. Yeah, they didn't want to mind their own business. They wanted to mess with them. But what you gotta say, Katrina?
um, I think before the audio cut out on my end, I'm sorry. This whole like reverse thing is like throwing me off on how to center myself.
It takes a
I think
minute.
I heard you saying that like what you said 80% of people claim they've never encountered a trans person.
Yeah, or rarely have encountered a trans person.
I mean, I'm sure it's rare in comparison to like cisgendered people. Otherwise, it wouldn't be they wouldn't be so highly discriminated against. Obviously, it's not like as common
Exactly.
because but that doesn't mean like that we don't encounter them and just don't know sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
maybe we didn't know. You know what I mean?
yeah, like a lot of. I mean, it's not like they want to. I don't wear a tattoo on my forehead that says I'm cisgendered. Like I
Right.
don't. So vice versa. Um, I don't know. It is really sad though because I have no idea what it's like to wake up in my body and I just know that I'm a girl and I am not in the right body. I don't know what that feels like, but I can
Hmm.
imagine that would be very like hard to deal with because you don't have anybody to talk to about that. And maybe your family don't accept you. And maybe your community doesn't accept you. And maybe your church or your everything, your whole world might not accept you. And then you come
Hmm.
out and have to face maybe getting killed just because of that too. Like I have no idea what that's like, but I just can't even imagine it. Like I can't help the fact that when I wake up I feel like myself. And they can't help the fact that when they wake up they don't, like I try to put myself in the other side. Like if I every single day was like I'm not who I'm supposed to be, you know?
Right. It's funny, bringing it back to the 80%. I believe that that possibly could be true because, like you said, how do you know if somebody doesn't have a tag on their forehead or you don't really encounter someone, you can look at somebody from afar, but you don't really know, you know? So, I actually did work, with a girl who was transgender and you know, there would be the whispers like, oh, what bathroom is she gonna use? Like, I don't want her in our bathroom, and I don't want her in our bathroom, and it's all like, I'm pretty sure she just either needs to piss or take a shit, so I don't think it matters. And
Yeah.
I believe that she was interested in men, so I don't think the women had anything to worry about. And she wasn't dating anybody at the job, so the men didn't it was kind of like people were worried about the wrong thing,
Exactly.
and like you would hear
Ding
whispers
ding
and
ding
stuff
ding
like
ding
that.
ding.
Right. And it was all like it doesn't really matter. It's none of your business, Now, personally inside, I had a whole bunch of questions I wanted to ask because I actually went to high school with this person and then they moved away and then 10 years later I seen them well, not 10 years, like 7 years later I see them again and now they're a transgender woman. I was like, "Wait, how did this work?" You have like
Yeah.
those kind of questions like, "Wait, how this all work out?" But that was different, but I never wanted to be disrespectful and it's all like okay, I might have questions I want to ask in my head like we all do, like let's not lie, we all do, but
Hmm.
I'm not going to do it or try to disrespect somebody, especially if I'm not friends with that person. Now if we're friends I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you everything, but if we're not
Yeah.
friends I'm not going to try to disrespect you, you know what I mean?
It has to
But
do
I
with
think
your relationship with them because you don't know at what point are they at with their comfort level, you know, like like I said, it's already just it's a thing that most people are not ever going to have to go through. So they have their, every person in every situation has their own journey that they have to go through. Maybe they might be at a point where they are wanting to advocate and they are wanting to answer questions and they are wanting to kind of like bridge that gap. Or maybe they're still in a place where they're coping with it and you know, processing how to survive like that. It really is, it's survival, you know?
Right. And Coco, you said that you had a house mother who was transgender, right?
Yeah, yeah. My house
Okay.
mother is transgender.
So what, like, did you ever encounter transgender people before that, or that was new, that whole thing was new to you?
Actually, no. Um, my aunt is transgender.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actually not new to any of it. So I knew everything, you know, that went on behind the scenes. I guess you could say behind the curtain.
Hmm.
Um, she did have a hard time transitioning because it is, like Katrina said, it does really mess with your mental. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh, hold up, and not to lighten the mood, but I just thought about something. Because I know Coco is from the Carolinas, and I
Hey,
know Katrina is from the Carolinas, and you know I
hey,
did my ancestry test, and my grandma is from Myrtle Beach, but
Oh,
it said like my ancestry. We were in the Carolinas, the Eastern and Western, so we all might be family.
hey, you never know. You
hey,
never know.
I moved there when I was 10, so like
Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah,
Katrina. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not
like,
that's not your
right.
home base, right? Okay.
But it's home because that's where my family is. That's where I mostly grew up my whole life. But like, God, my roots, I guess, would be like New Orleans and Guam mostly.
Yeah.
But we're all like all my aunts and uncles joined the military, so I have family kind of scattered through the U.S.
Oh, so everybody's all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Oh, I didn't want to say something too because you made the joke because you're racially ambiguous. You couldn't make the
Oh
joke that that me and Coco were saying. But how was your experience? And you don't have to go into detail, but like, did you ever feel black enough?
no, I still don't like, and it's weird to even say, especially being so light skinned. When I say, "Oh, I don't feel black enough," I feel like somewhere there's a group of black people saying, "Oh, there she go trying to be black again." Like, you know, like why do you want to be black so bad? She want to be black so bad. Like I'm like, but are
Not
you?
knowing that you are
Yeah.
black.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
how can I try to be something that I am? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Kamala Harris. Is like she, you know, like she's not. She is a black woman. She's black if she like. She's black if she steals from a store. She's black if you know, if
Right.
she has a mugshot. And it's
Right.
just it's so weird. It's so
I
weird.
love that analogy that both of you guys use because Coco, you started first when you said like, you know, if she stole something from the store, they would say that she's black, and then Katrina,
Right.
just what you said, yeah, like they're not gonna go like, oh, well, I think she either way she's gonna be a person of color, like it's not gonna work out in her favor, you know. Oh, going back to what we're talking about. Let's be real, cisgender women aren't safe as well. True. That's right.
Absolutely
All
true.
women need to be smart and get buddy when going out, weapon up, and protect yourselves, period.
Period. That's on
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And
And Queen, and that's kind of like what I was saying because I know you didn't like the way I had put it earlier, but it was all like, you know, you got to be safe and look out in certain areas. And then if you don't
right.
have a weapon, you know, you just have to know, if you don't have anything on you or anything to protect you, like they were kind of thrown out there to the wolves. And it's all like, okay, well, like y'all didn't like nobody had it didn't seem like they planned that well, at all there that
Yeah.
whole night. It just seemed like it was all over the place and kind of chaotic. But like we said, we didn't get the full backstory on it. And Katrina, I'm gonna send it to you so you can see it too.
Yeah, I did. I read like a little quick little article on it, and I mean, it's still just scary that they were traveling in a group. It wasn't like it was
Right.
like one
They were
traveler.
traveling
Not that even
together.
one, even one
It
girl
was
walking down the street should be able to do so safely, but that is insane because you don't expect things to happen to you when you're with, more than one person, three people. Like, you would think there's strength in numbers. It was
Right.
very shocking.
Now, I'm
Exactly.
trying to
The
think
fact that
if
they
it
said
would have been
Hey,
people,
Miss
reversed.
Purple.
huh?
Hey, Miss Purple.
Okay.
I
Like
want to
people
just
recorded
go
for
back to
5 minutes.
I
What
want to go
happened,
back to
Katrina?
the situation.
Oh, they were saying people stood around and watched and recorded for 5 minutes while they were
Yes,
attacked.
yes,
Several people.
while
Yeah.
they were attacked.
Well,
And
that's
it
what
was
we seen.
probably,
We only seen 5 minutes. It probably lasted longer.
that's what I was saying. I was just about to say that, AT2. I
Yeah.
think
Go
it
ahead, Coco.
was more footage, um, is more footage out there somewhere, that I
Hmm.
haven't actually seen yet, that I've heard that is out there. So I'm going to look it up for myself. But I want to really know this whole backstory. I really do. Either way it goes, it was horrible that this happened to these three young women. And
Yes.
everyone, self-defense classes, they have, they might offer free self-defense classes in your area. All you have to do is do the
Oh, that's
research.
true.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. Ooh, you know what? After the show, I'm gonna look up some and then see if I can post it in here in different areas and stuff like that because that's actually great advice. I like that you said that, Coco.
Absolutely.
Another issue that I wanted to bring up was hold on, the mask
You do all the
because
coughing and then put the mask
right. I'm sorry, cover up. Yeah, like I
on.
feel that everybody has turned this into a political thing, and it's all like, no, I just want everybody to be safe. And it hit close to home for me because there was a friend I was hanging out with and they happened to contract COVID and I was worried. So I actually quarantined for 14 days. So it has hit close to home for me. And I
Wow.
feel that you have these people all like, I don't want to wear my mask. It's my government right. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to wear them either because, first of all, I'm fat and it's hard for me to breathe through the traffic.
Exactly. It,
However, it's going to keep me safe.
Yeah.
it at least this is what the CDC is telling us.
Yes. For now, I'm aware of the mask. You know
Like,
that
and it's
that's my
definitely
thing.
the companies, these stores, restaurants, it is definitely their right to refuse your service if you do not have on a mask. So please stop acting like Karens and wear your mask. Mask it
Right.
or casket. You choose.
Like it's been no shirt, no shoes, no service forever. Like what's wrong with
For
like
as long as I can remember. Yes, ma'am.
right
Yes. So
forever? So just throw no mask in there. They can turn you away for what you choose not to wear.
Right. Rightfully so. You know what I mean? What my big thing is that there's all these conspiracy theories, and we can have conspiracy theories all we want to, but at the end of the day, there are people that have died from this, whether they hyped up the numbers or not everybody gets it as bad as everybody, which we already know that. Like people are really getting this. Like Katrina, somebody that we know big that was on Snapchat in the beginning has contracted this. And like
Are you serious?
it was really bad. Yes, I'll tell you
Oh my
after the show.
yeah.
And I was like really worried for this person. And so like, damn, this shit is real because they said they went somewhere one day and then within 24 hours they're on a respirator and everything, trying to breathe because
right.
that it's a part of the symptom. So
It
it's
was they were
very, very
talking about
you might know who I'm
were they
talking about.
no, but I'm saying like were they talking about like telling their experience like openly on their story or
Yeah, they told it like on Facebook. If you have the person on
oh,
Facebook, then you probably seen it.
oh,
But yeah, they said that they had it,
I'm
and that they were in the hospital. So it's serious.
oh
So
my
I'm gonna start
god.
with Coco. Coco, have you experienced anybody that has had it or any issues?
I have not, thank God. And my prayers go out to everyone who
Phew.
has, yes, come in contact with COVID or know someone that has died from COVID, my heart goes out to them. But I
You
do have a little COVID story,
Oh,
and
okay. You got a story for us. Okay.
yes, I do. Um, like you said, like I've been quarantining myself since all of this stuff happened, so I haven't really been going out. So I just recently started going back out, and I went to my local 7-Eleven store, and I think they allowed like 10 people in the store at a time, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm standing there getting ready to make my purchase, and this Anglo-Saxon guy walks in, no
I know what
mask, and he heckled everyone in the line that had on masks. Yes, he was talking to someone on his telephone saying, I don't know why these stupid people are wearing masks. If you're going to get COVID, you're going to get it. And I'm sitting there thinking, please, Lord, forgive me, but I hope he catch COVID. I
You ain't
really,
wrong.
Katrina, I am serious. I was thinking that, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I having this thought? But yes, I actually had to cuss this man out because he was right behind me with all of this shenanigans. So I had to let him have it. It got so bad that he just walked out of the store.
Damn,
the problem
that's
with
what I
our
mean. He walked out.
like the problem is like my mask doesn't protect me as much as it protects the people around me. Me wearing my mask protects you. You wearing your mask protects me. You know what
Correct.
I mean? It's supposed to hold what you have in. So everybody around him could be wearing a mask and he's not, and he's sitting here talking all this shit. He could get everybody sick even though they have masks
He's
on
spraying
because
it. I
he
mean,
doesn't.
Katrina, he's spraying it on my back. And I'm like, sir, could you back up?
No,
You're not
hell no.
6 feet. Could you please back up? If I can smell your
Yeah,
breath, you're too close.
Exactly. If I can smell you in general, you're too close to me.
yeah, yeah. Please don't smell. Like don't smell me. Don't smell like anything.
Right. What
Coco, where
about you,
you are in
Katrina?
Florida,
Have you
Oh,
encountered
Queen.
anything?
huh?
Have you encountered anybody with COVID or anything, Katrina?
I did have a question for Coco first. Is it mask? Are masks required in public where you are?
Yes.
Oh, so he was just really
I'm in Charlotte,
violent.
North Carolina.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
you're in Charlotte. Okay. So Charlotte does have a mandatory
A
mask.
mask
Yeah.
mandate, yes. Yeah.
I don't know
Okay, that's good.
Carolina, but North Carolina, yeah. And as far as my experiences with COVID, I got hit very close, very early in the pandemic. I told you my dad's side of the family's from New Orleans.
Hmm.
He actually dodged a bullet and was supposed to go. He was supposed to roll out for Mardi Gras, and he had something happen where he got his teeth fixed and got a toothache and chose not to go because he's like nobody wants to go to Louisiana and can't eat any of the food. And there was like a big family birthday party and a bunch of my relatives got sick. Somebody passed away. One of my aunties in Houston,
Oh
she was on
no.
the they were doing that plasma study where they take plasma from somebody who had COVID already and they put it in a sick person, and she was on like that experimental trial type thing because she got sick and she was so bad she was about to die. She didn't
My God.
ultimately ended up making it. And then my other
Oh, thank
aunt
God.
in Atlanta, she caught it from a coworker, and then one of my really 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 close friends here in Boston caught it. Like people all around me
Oh.
got it. Like he was my age, or he is my age. He did not pass away from it,
Okay, he
but
didn't. I was like, oh no, she using past tense.
I know, right? Now he's still my age. We have aged at the same rate this year. It's fun. We hung out like a week before he started feeling symptoms, and we had gone out together. We went out to a bar here in Boston. He must have caught it somewhere else because I didn't get sick.
Oh, you
He
didn't
was
get it?
sick for a month. They talk about 2 weeks, 14 days.
Ooh.
He was sick for a month, and
Yes.
still even after a month, like he was having a rough time. He's
Mm-hmm.
better now, finally.
Oh
What?
my
How do you
god.
guys feel
Probably
about
young,
these
healthy, no
parties that's going on?
pre-existing
Oh no,
nothing.
my friend in New
You
York
know.
got it from working in the jail, and she went through hell. My mom's uncle has it now, and he's not doing good. He had pre-existing problems though. Let's keep him in our prayers.
Totally.
Absolutely,
Yes,
Queen.
please.
Always.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say a prayer for him when we get offline. Yeah. Um, yes, because my mom's uncle's pregnant daughter gave it into her whole family. Oh, the
Oh my
whole
goodness.
family got it, Queen?
That's usually how it goes. Is like family spread.
Yes. Oh,
That's the
Yeah,
biggest spread is people that are in the same
between
house
COVID
together.
and 45, I don't know what America is going to do.
right.
Don't forget
Oh,
the
Coco, you
baseball.
had a question for us, right?
Yes, I was going to ask you guys, how do you feel about these COVID parties?
I
That
think
people
they're
Oh,
are having?
ridiculous. I like that the mayor of LA is going to turn off the power and the water to
I
all
saw
these
that and I
mansions.
was like, yes, I was all for it. Shut it
Yeah,
off.
I'm here for it. Shut that shit down.
to
Like,
Well,
what?
that's
you can't do
ridiculous.
that. You can't do that in the hood because they'll still stay there and party. But
Right, but these rich mofos, I don't care about them. Shut that shit off.
So
Katrina, I
what?
don't know if you know, but people have been having COVID parties, and basically what it
I know
is
about
that
that,
they
but
just
what
have
about
like a
shutting
big
off
ass
the water?
party. What'd you
mm,
say?
Like, well, I just haven't heard about them shutting off the power and the water. Is that to like individual houses where they're doing COVID parties? Like,
mhm.
Yeah, to individual
so they,
houses and stuff like that.
so it's the middle of the night and they're having a rager and they got the fucking electric company out
Just
there to
shut
unplug
down.
them.
Oh,
Right. Queen said, throw him in
yes. I say the
jail.
same
Jail with
thing.
no bond.
Oh
Arrest
my
all their ass.
god, no!
Right. That's
The,
like, should be like attempted murder or something.
I guess
Yeah,
if
that's
everyone's there
crazy to me.
voluntarily, it's gonna be like how now parents are trying to do that shit, or we're trying to do that shit back in the day with chicken pox. They would do like the chicken pox parties
Oh, it,
because,
huh?
but they
So
would make
all the
their
kids
kids
could
get
get them at the same time. Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
because it's
think I grew up
supposedly
in that
better
area, in
if
that
they're
era.
younger.
Oh, we have a guest on the line.
Hey,
Hi, sir. Good evening. By the way, there, Katrina, there is no such
hi.
thing as a coronavirus. And when you say that lots of your relatives has had the coronavirus, that is lies. I live in England, okay?
Wait, so
Hmm.
you don't
I
believe in
don't,
the coronavirus?
no. I do not know anybody in England and my family and my family's family who has the coronavirus. Katrina, I think you are being exaggerating. Now, listen,
Okay.
we're talking about the real thing. We're talking about coronavirus. We're talking about
Correct.
influenza. How many people die from influenza in America each year?
But
No idea.
we know that people die from the flu. We know that.
Yes,
But
exactly.
so are you saying that the coronavirus is just the flu?
The coronavirus is just an influenza virus, and the governments want you to believe that it's rather important and it's rather epidemic.
So you're a conspiracy theorist.
It's a lot of lies. Listen, also, I would like to say I have been in the hospital twice this year in the United Kingdom, and I have seen nothing of the sort.
So you
I
have not
haven't
seen
seen
anybody
any
on
pandemic.
ventilators or
When I've been in hospital in England, I have seen nothing of the sort anywhere. And people like Katrina like to make the coronavirus
Wait, why
sound
just Katrina?
real.
Because I believe me and Coco said something about the
Well,
coronavirus too.
the coronavirus is not real. Katrina, listen.
And everyone is due to their own
I'm a government
opinion.
No,
The
no,
Jimmy Rizzo show.
no,
Everyone is due
Mr.
their own
Mr.
opinion.
Transgender, sorry. I wasn't talking to you. I was
But
talking
I'm
to
talking to
Katrina.
you, Mr. Jimmy Rizzo show. I'm
Wait,
speaking
but
to
No,
you,
Jimmy,
sir.
no, no.
Jimmy, you
Stop
can't come
getting on
on
the
the show and
subject,
attack us.
transgender.
Like you gotta expect for us to respond back.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Mr.
this
Transgender
isn't your
Man,
show, Mr. Rizzo. So you need to go
Mr.
tend to your
No,
show,
no.
Mr.
Jimmy,
Rizzo.
Jimmy. Let me say this, Jimmy. You can't get
Yes.
on and then attack Katrina and say that the corona
Why?
ain't real
Ask
when me and
Katrina
Coco
some
said the same
questions.
thing. And then you're
Katrina
gonna attack
said,
Coco, which Coco is not transgender or ever even told you that. We were talking
well,
about the subject.
That's what happens when people assume. They make an ass out of
I did
themselves.
assume, and I really do think Coco is transgender, but I don't want to get on that subject. I
Hold on,
was
hold on. I'm gonna
I
have to
was
hit you with
speaking
this real
to
quick.
Katrina.
Next caller, next caller, next caller.
Next caller, bitch. You're not talking about nothing, bitch. About nothing, bitch. Talking about nothing, bitch.
Hold on. Hold
He wasn't
on.
trying to let nobody talk to respond.
Hold on. Oh, require all guests to log. Hold on. I'm gonna just leave him there and then I'll worry about it later. But I was all like, Faye, can you? You don't have to come on camera, but can you do the voice thing and like tell us about what's going on in the UK? Because this fool done said it's not real.
Please tell us.
Like I need.
Where's
Please
that
come and
Yo,
guy?
tell us what
wait, hold on.
actually is going on.
Hold on. Katrina, I want to apologize to you because that was
Oh,
not planned.
it's fine. You don't have
Jimmy
to
has came
apologize.
on before and it was when I first had started and he was like cool. And then that was like it. And then Coco, like I want to apologize to you because you definitely did not deserve that. Like,
Mr. Jimmy Rizzo show. I need
Yeah.
you to visit my channel and try that.
like
I'll
I,
drop the link. I'll drop the link in the chat just so you can come on
Yeah.
my live after this and try that.
like yo, okay, Jimmy's in the Jimmy, like, why were you so? I don't. Is that why he didn't show? I I don't know what was going on with Jimmy. Jimmy went ham.
He wasn't letting anybody respond, which is the problem. Like you can feel however you feel, but if you're just gonna railroad over everyone and not let
I
anybody
do
else
like you, Mr.
talk,
Jimmy Rizzo show. I definitely do.
like what's the point if he's not gonna let us answer and respond? I'm guessing that he's accusing me of being like a government plant or something like that out here to spread lies. But
He's one
I
of
mean,
those conspiracy theorists.
that's what he
Yeah,
is. Because
hey,
like,
I
why would
guess
I
we
start?
got what we asked for.
That's what he is.
That's exactly what he is. Like, okay, AT2, how long have you known me? Like 3 years at least?
Yeah, 3-4 years
Like,
almost.
have you known me to just come out with like some fucking crazy story of like what's going on with the government or whatever? Like, has that ever
Yeah,
been me?
and then he was like, "Oh, Katrina doesn't know what she's talking about. I've been in the hospital twice. Well, maybe you had the corona because you
I'm just
Not
saying.
every hospital has COVID patients. Like that the reason why we did all these lockdowns was to get the patient volume under control so that the hospitals would not be overflowing. So every hospital in the area
Faye, you
is
did
not going
sound
to
drunk.
accept COVID patients. They're going to send you to a central area. Not everyone with COVID is hospitalized.
right, exactly. I thank you, Queen. Yeah, this is not the platform for homophobia. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I had to shut it down. At first, I was gonna play with him, But then, like when he was all like trying, I don't even know what the hell he was trying to say. But I was all
He
like,
doesn't know what he
okay,
was trying
that's.
to say. That's the
You
thing.
did not know what he
He
was
didn't
talking
know what he
about
was trying to
at
say.
all.
I was all like, all right, I gotta
Honey,
set this.
you should have let it play out because he got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. Yes,
You was
How you
ma'am.
ready,
gonna let
huh?
somebody talk
Yes,
though?
God. I was on 10. I was ready to eat his ass up.
Oh man. See, I just felt bad, so I was all like, "No, I can't let this go." I was like, "I can't let nobody get disrespected on my show.
You
I don't
can't
care
hurt my
what y'all
feelings.
opinions
I've
are.
been
I'm not gonna
called
let
worse
nobody
by better,
disrespect
Jimmy
y'all."
Rizzo show. I've been
He
called
just
worse by
taking these shots.
better.
Oh, he came back. Should I add him on?
Let him in. Unless Katrina has a
You
problem
just
with it.
let
If
everybody
Katrina has a
talk.
problem with it, no. Because I can handle it.
Oh,
I
Katrina, do
can
you have a
handle it.
problem with it? Oh, Katrina froze.
I'm about to
Look,
take you to
if he
church,
can
baby.
actually let us come back, but if not,
Yeah. Okay.
huh?
Jimmy Rizzo, we gonna let you back in the show so you and Coco can talk. I'ma take me and Katrina out.
Hi there, Coco. By the way, there,
Yeah.
Katrina, I apologize. Hi, Coco.
Hi, Mr. Rizzo. How are you?
No, I'm keeping okay.
Okay, so you said that there are any cases of coronavirus in the UK. Is there any way you could give us receipts on that, sir?
Yeah, but is there any way that people in New York can dig a mass grave and blame it on the coronavirus? Because I don't know anybody in my family or anybody close to me who has the coronavirus, and I think it's all just a con.
Okay, so that's like saying you don't know anybody with cancer, that cancer doesn't exist. That makes no sense, Mr.
Exactly.
Rizzo.
Yes,
Make it
yes,
add up to me.
yes. Yes, that's what I'm
But
saying.
cancer is real.
Yes, it can be proven. Cancer is real, but it's coronavirus.
So coronavirus can't be proven, sir?
No, it cannot, because coronavirus can only be proven when old people go to hospital.
I'm not understanding you. I don't understand that.
Right, okay, Mr. Cock, right? Honestly, and really, do you know anybody in hospital with the coronavirus?
Me personally, no, but I have seen people in the hospital with coronavirus.
Right. Listen, I went to hospital in March when it first started. Well, it was nearly first starting in the UK. And I went to hospital in July for a week. And the only thing I could see was nurses not doing anything, and I couldn't see any coronas in the hospital where I was. And that's coming from somebody who's been in the hospital recently. And by the way,
Okay.
there, Katrina, I apologize. By the way, there, Mr. Cock, sure, what's his name? Cock D. Type in the room so I can click on your name and subscribe to your channel. But you got to type in the chat room.
Yes, you must. I have more questions for you, Mr. Jimmy Rizzo.
Not yet. Type in the chat room so I can click on your name and
Wait,
subscribe.
so you want Coco to type in the chat?
Yes. So I can subscribe to his channel.
Okay, and then so you want to actually have a conversation like on Coco's channel then?
Well, maybe, but he's got to type in the room. He has to type in the room.
Okay, we can definitely make sure that he does that, and then Y'all can, and then maybe Coco will have you on the show. I don't know.
Cooker, type in the room. That's all you got to do. Just type 123. Because I've got a Google extension where I can just click on your name and go to your channel. That's all you got to do. Type in the room.
And thank you for apologizing to Katrina. I do want to at
By the
least
way, there,
mention.
Mr. Hurst, I think you're a lovely guy. I really do.
Oh,
You're a
Faye,
good guy.
Faye, thank you for joining the show.
Yeah, no
Hello.
problem, my friend. Yeah, by
Hi,
the way, there,
Ethan.
Mr. Coco. Mr.
Yes.
Coco,
Mhm.
type in the chat
Hold
room.
on, Jimmy. I'm a mute your mic real quick. Hold on. Faye, thank you so much for joining the show. This is the first time ever. I feel blessed.
And yeah, first time I'm ever speaking to you.
Yes. I just wanted you on here because like I was all like, okay, I have to get a different opinion on this.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, I'm from London as well. I'm from the UK. There's coronavirus everywhere, especially in London. Obviously, there's a lot of people living in the boroughs as well. Obviously, more Asians and blacks have it as well. I don't know where he lives. I'm trying to figure out his accent. He's probably from northern England, but they still have coronavirus cases as well. So when he's saying that how there's no coronavirus cases, that's actually a lie.
Okay. So there is. And maybe where he's from, maybe they don't experience it or something like that, but it definitely is out there. Okay.
Thank you for
Yeah.
clearing that up for us, Faye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for clearing that up for us. I'm gonna add Jimmy back on the line. Jimmy, so where are you from in particular? Because maybe your area has not experienced it.
Yeah, by the way, the lady in London is telling lies. My area has not experienced it. My area has only experienced influenza.
What
Okay?
area, Jimmy?
And
what
that
area are you
lady in London is telling lies.
from? Okay,
Hi, Katrina.
what area
So-
are you from?
I'm from the north of England.
Yeah, I guess so. Your accent sounds like it. But there's still
Yeah.
coronavirus cases. You can't just
Oh,
say stuff like that.
right. No. I bet none of your family has a coronavirus, and if you say they have, you are telling lies.
So do they just
That
have a
lady
common
in
cold?
London.
Like, what does our family have? They just got a common cold?
Exactly, Mr. Hurst. It's only a common cold.
Okay. So to you, they only have a common cold. So basically anything with this whole corona thing, you don't believe that none of this is real. This is all fake. Do you think that the government put this here to control us because we're mindless and spineless?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I feel for you, Mr.
So how do you
Jimmy
explain
Rizzo.
the spike in deaths? How do you explain the spike in deaths that's higher than a typical flu season? There's been a higher rate of
Listen.
deaths.
He's gonna blame it on something they sprayed in the air. It's something they sprayed in the air, something they put in the water or something.
Katrina, right? You've got to ask yourself, how many people in the United States of America die from influenza each year? Okay?
There has
Then
been a
do the
higher
math.
Remember
rate of
exactly. I
deaths
want to say it's like
this
around
year
50,000
versus
or something like
typical
that every year.
It's more than 50,000 Hurst.
I believe so.
But I think also, Jimmy, you have to put into perspective that there's like an actual, like, I don't want to say cure, but you can take a flu shot. There's something for this. With the corona, they don't know what's going on with this. They tell us one
Hurst,
thing,
listen, right? Everybody thinks that there's a cure for influenza. There's no cure. You got that wrong.
Correct.
There's no
No, that's what I'm
cure
saying. There's
It's not
for
a
the
it's like
common
a
cure,
flu.
vaccine. I'm not saying, and I did say that it was not a cure. I did say that. Maybe I whispered the cure part, but I said there's not a cure, but there's at least a vaccine or something you can do to try to beat it. There's not really anything out there for the corona. Like basically, if you get it, you get it. They tell you to drink hot tea or they tell you to go lay down or something like that. You know, they don't really have medication to really solve the issue. So, you know, with that being said, and then just like when we were talking about the deaths, like how can you say that it's not a real thing when it's very real?
Correct.
It's not real. It's not
I'm
real. It's just
something now that says
everybody is being
KPN
fooled.
jumped to 87.
So,
The thing is, Jimmy, people have
I don't think we
died.
should
I don't know
argue
if you're
about
aware,
modern medicine.
Jimmy, but people
I
have
know.
actually died.
I know.
That's been around since
And
the
if you look in New York City, where they made a massive grave to bury people, and from each of those deaths in the hospital, they received $30,000 for each death. What do you think of that?
Wait, what was that, Jimmy?
In New York City, they made a mass grave for people dying of corona.
Yeah,
And if you died of corona in a hospital in New York, you got £13,000 in a hospital.
If they marked it as a corona death, then they got a certain amount of money.
There's a reason
Yeah.
for that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Katrina, you
There's
got
a reason for that, and it's not any different.
And that is true.
Doing
That
research,
is
listening to
true.
doctors through
Okay,
this whole
just reading some
pandemic.
information.
Can you let me talk? Can you let me talk? Can you let me talk?
Okay.
Can you let me talk?
Katrina, go ahead.
Everything that you go to a hospital for, everything that you go to a hospital for has a bill, has a price tag for it. So let's say a broken leg is $20,000. Let's say, a flu case is, $8,000. Like, the reason why they have this so-called price tag is not out of the ordinary for anything that you go to a hospital for. It's an insurance billing paperwork administrative label. Every single admission to a hospital is going to have this. So if somebody goes in there and they're dying of chicken pox and they still need a ventilator and they still need a Band-Aid and they still need alcohol swabs, those things all have a price tag for them, and it's still going to add up to some large bill, whatever it is. Corona has its own price tag, just like pneumonia has its own price tag. So people are taking one piece of the story and trying to make it sound like, oh, these hospitals are doing this for the money. No, they're going to get that money for treating that patient no matter what. It's just an insurance billing label is all that it is. It's not an incentive to label it as corona versus labeling it as something else.
Right. Thank you, Katrina, for that. Faye, I'm gonna go to you, and then I'm gonna go to Coco, and then I'm gonna let Jimmy come back to us for the last time. Faye, go ahead. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, I just want to say, Jimmy, I think what you're saying is quite dangerous, to be honest. Stop being naive to these people as well. Obviously, they're across the pond and everything, but it's all over the news, Jimmy. There's people dying every day because of coronavirus as well, and it's a real thing. You may have not experienced it, obviously, or you don't have any family and friends that have experienced it, but it is happening out there as well. So what you're saying is quite dangerous to the other people. That's what I'll say, to be honest. I don't know if you're actually trolling, actually, to be honest, on AT's channel, or if you're actually being serious as well. I don't know if this is like a
I'm
joke.
a little confused because I felt like it was a mix too, Faye. Like I don't know if I'm being trolled or this is like real.
Yeah.
Coco, what do you have to say before I let Jimmy back on for the last time?
Thank you for having me on AT2. I hope we can teach Jimmy something. Like Faye said, that this is very dangerous to be spreading such lies. And Jimmy, I might suggest something for you. Go have a coronavirus test because you might have it.
I agree with that.
Have a good
Jimmy,
night.
Do you have any last words you want to say to us?
I think he's muted or something.
No, I unmuted his mic.
Anything you want to
Yeah,
say,
well,
Jimmy?
Oh,
the only thing I need to say is the coronavirus is nothing but influenza, and everybody is having the wall taken over their eyes. I know. I have experienced it. I have been in the hospital 2 times this year, once for 3 weeks and once for 1 week. So I have seen everything
Coronavirus.
why
from
would
a
they put
hospital point of view. Okay?
Coronavirus. Shit is real.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
really?
No, it's
Well,
not. It's not real at
thank
all.
you, Jimmy, for coming on the show. I do appreciate your opinion, even if we don't agree with it, which I don't agree. I
You know,
appreciate you for giving your opinion. You have a great day, Jimmy.
opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Yo, that was an experience.
It's just
I
like,
need to drop my link in the chat so I can chat with Mr. Jim.
yeah, I
Jimmy
don't know
got some
why they
serious
would put somebody
issues.
in a room with infected people. Like, it's a highly infectious disease. Of course, you're not going to see those people because they're not going to let you be around them.
Right.
Say, baby, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed at all. That's his ignorance. You let him wallow in that.
Yes, please let
Yeah.
him.
Thank you, Coco.
And it really sounds like he lives in, like, a lot of England is like countryside, right? Like, not everybody lives in London. He's probably out
Yeah.
in the field somewhere.
Yeah. That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, if he's out in the field, like
Okay,
you don't.
from what I see, the last time the BBC reported on it, the cases aren't that high in the UK, but they are in the UK.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. We still have one of the most highest cases in the world as well, which is quite is a lot for a small island. It
Mm.
is rising again. We've some areas of England have released lockdown, but it is coming back up. So it just seems that this is never ending as well. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it's like that for us. Like they'll open certain things back up, and then it spikes up again. I
Yeah.
And
know
it's
here in
crazy.
California, yeah, in California where I am, it's like a 21-day wait period. They're saying next week, and then
wow.
everything can open back up. So we'll
Well,
see how it goes. I just want everybody to be safe out there, even if Jimmy don't believe in his mask or anything.
doesn't
Jimmy,
have to.
I'm
But
gonna mail this over to you,
if he
Jimmy. Give
come
me your address.
encounter with me, he will definitely wish he wore his mask.
Right. Hey, Jimmy, all I gotta say is I hope your ass don't get it because once you get it,
That's what he had. He said he was in the hospital 2 times. What do you think he was in the hospital for?
Oh my God. He's a red
oh
flag.
my god.
Uh, that
All
is
right,
just
y'all.
crazy to me.
We're gonna get ready to wrap up the show. I'm gonna start out with you first, Faye, since this is your first time on the show as well as Katrina's. But Faye,
Woo!
thank you so much for hopping on because we needed somebody on here that actually was in that country to actually
I
rebuttal
love
him
I
because
love
we
the
Yeah.
knew
D.
he was full of
I
shit. We just
love
didn't
the
have proof.
D. Katrina, you held your ground. Faye, you held your ground. I
Thank
love the
Yeah,
D.
you.
I'm applauding y'all. Thank y'all for holding it down.
Faye, you have
Thank
a
you.
beautiful accent too. I love it.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much. You too. Thank you,
Yeah,
Katrina.
and we might be related because I found out I'm Nigerian, so we might be cousins.
Maybe it's
Maybe if
true.
you really
Distance.
out.
Faye, you want to before you exit out? Do you want to give people your information where they can find you at or anything like that, or are you private?
Actually, the only type of social media I have is YouTube. I don't have any social media, to be honest.
I'll follow you.
So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I would definitely
I
follow.
already follow you, yeah, but definitely you guys
yeah,
follow
I'll
her.
follow you guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
thank you, Faye, so much for coming on the show. I
Okay.
do appreciate that.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Good
You
night.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Katrina,
I
is there anything that you want to give the people out there they can find you at, where they can hit you up, stay out
Uh,
your DMs, right?
well, I got my everything pretty much right there on the screen. Katrina, that's it. I don't YouTube very well, so I'm like a big YouTube consumer. I don't produce anything as of right now. Coronavirus is real. Please wear your mask. Stay 6 feet away. Uh, don't get in elevators with other people that are not in your household, because unless it's a 12-foot big elevator. But um, I don't know. Everybody be safe. And I feel like I'm black enough for this show, at least.
Yes, you're black enough for my show. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And Coco, want to give the people your information?
Thank you so much for having me on AT2. It's always a blast being on here with you.
Thank you.
Like Faye said, like Katrina said, coronavirus is real, people. Please wear your mask. You might encounter someone like me if you don't.
Right.
And that's not a good thing.
I don't mind cussing your ass out. I'm always on 10. I'm ready to go all the time. So yeah, that
Yo,
part. But
and
you can catch you can catch
thank
me
you
on
to all of you
Instagram,
for handling.
YouTube, Coco Delicious. Everything is Coco Delicious, all social media, guys.
All
Perfect.
right.
And thank you guys for handling Jimmy. Like Katrina came with the facts, and then Coco, you actually went nice. I thought you were gonna go all the way in, but you held back. I appreciate
I
it.
was trying to make sure I got my research done before I really laid into him,
Okay.
but I saw Katrina was doing that already.
Yeah.
I just cannot stand misinformation about medical things. Like, people can really die from this. Like, and I'm like,
Right.
why would I make that up? He came through straight attacking me like Katrina's a liar, and I'm like, what? Why
I
would I
was like,
believe
whoa. I thought it was like a trolling or like being funny, but I was all like, oh man.
Jimmy was really serious. He's serious about that. But yeah,
this?
he
Yeah.
definitely go back to the hospital and have himself tested for COVID because that
He had it.
didn't sound too
Right.
good.
Jimmy cracked the corn and I don't care. All right, y'all. Deuces, thank you. Make sure you guys like,
Love you
subscribe,
guys.
do all that good stuff. Y'all see my Cash App down there. Y'all know the struggle is real. So if you want to
Yeah.
donate $1, it's the real AT2. Love y'all. Deuces.
Mwah. And we're out.
We're